Dear students, this is the second part of the chapter Urban Livelihoods. In the previous chapter, we discussed about the explanation by a child and some activities which are done by the people in urban areas for their livelihood. Now we'll discuss about those activities further with the topic in the market. So let's start the topic in the market. The child is further explaining, when we reached the market, the shops were just beginning to open in the morning. But the place was already crowded because of the festival season. It means that is festival season, and the people come in the festival season in the market to purchase more and more things. So there were rows and rows of shops selling sweets, toys, clothes, footwear, utensils, electronic goods, etc. There was a dentist clinic also at one end. My cousin had an appointment with the dentist. We went there first so that we would not miss our turn. We had to wait for a while in our room before she was called inside. The dentist examined her and asked her to come back the following day to get a cavity in her tooth filled. My cousin was scared because she thought the process would be painful and was upset that she had allowed her teeth to go bad. But it was not so there. So this was the first journey to their dentist on that day to get treatment for the teeth. From the dental clinic, she took me to a new garment showroom because I wanted to buy some ready-made clothes. It means they went to the garment showroom. The showroom had 3 floors. Each floor had different types of clothes. After that, they went to third floor where clothes for girls were kept. So in this topic, we discussed about the market where the garment showroom is there and different kinds of shops are there, and including the clinics and hospitals also are there. Now the next topic, Harpreet and Vandana. Business persons, both are business persons and they do different kinds of business activities. Harpreet is explaining, my father and uncle worked in a small shop. During festival times and on Sundays, my mother and I helped them in the shop. I started working there only after I completed my college. It means after completion of the college, Harpreet started to help the family members, her father and uncle, in their work. Then Vandana is explaining, we opened this showroom some years ago. She is asking about and she is explaining about a showroom. I am a dress designer. Our business has changed. These days people prefer to buy ready-made clothes rather than have them stitched. It means earlier the people used to purchase the textile and then they used to get them stitched, shirt, pant, etc., other clothes also. The trend these days is for ready-made garments. You also need an attractive display for them. So here Vandana is explaining. Further, forward showroom. We buy things from different places. We buy most of the clothes and materials from Mumbai, Ahmedabad, Ludhiana, Tripur, etc. Some materials also come from Noida and Gurgaon, towns near Delhi. We get some dress items from foreign countries too. It means this showroom consists of the items which have come from different places. There are several things we need to do to run this showroom properly. So how they run this showroom? First, they advertise in various newspapers about the showroom, that the showroom has opened in your city, like this: cinema theaters, television and radio channels. Currently this building is rented, but soon we plan to buy it. Ever since this market has become the main market for people living in the surrounding apartments or business has grown. We have been able to buy a car and book a flat in an apartment complex nearby. It means uh, these persons are very good business persons and they have earned a lot, so they are in strong position. So after reading this extract, you can give the answer of these questions. Why did Harpreet and Vandana start a showroom? What do they have to do to run the showroom? Both of the things we have discussed. Easily you can answer the questions. After that, one activity, talk to a shop owner in a market and find out how he plans his work. Have there been any changes in his business in the past 20 years? Definitely you will find that a lot of changes are there. What are the differences between those who sell on the street like vendors and those in the market like shopkeepers? So definitely you can do this. Like Harpreet and Vandana, there are many people who own shops, means they have their own shops in various markets of the city. These shops may be small or large and they sell different things. Most business persons manage their own shops or business. They are not employed by anyone. They are free. They are independent and they are but they do employ a number of other workers as supervisors and helpers. These are permanent shops that are given license to do business by the municipal corporation. The municipal corporation also decides on which day of the week the market has to remain closed. Generally it is Sunday when market is closed, but it differs city to city and it depends on the municipal corporation. So for example, the shops in the above market are closed on Wednesdays as we have discussed. This market also has small offices and shops that provide services such as banks, courier services and other services. So in the next topic we'll study in the factory workshop area. Here we'll study about the people who are working in the factories or in workshop areas. I wanted to have zari work done on one of my dresses which I needed for a special occasion. My cousin said that she knew Nirmala who works in a garment factory. So Nirmala is another character in this chapter and she works in a garment factory. Nirmala's neighbors do zari work and embroidery. So we caught a bus and headed towards the factory area. The bus was really crowded. At every stop, more and more people got on and hardly anyone seemed to get off. It means in the cities, the people move from one place to another place by the vehicles, public vehicles, personal vehicles, etc. So here they move by bus. People were pushing others to make more space for themselves. It means the buses, means public transport, is very crowded. My cousin guided me to a corner so that we would not get squashed. I wondered how people travel like this every day. As the bus entered the factory area, people started getting off. We also got off soon at a crossing. What a relief that was. It means they traveled in the bus and they got the challenges in the bus due to crowd. There were a large number of people sitting on railings or in groups at the crossing. They seemed to be waiting for someone. Some groups had people on scooters standing by and talking with them. My cousin explained that this place was called Labor Chowk. It means this is the labor chowk where the laborers means gathered, and from there the people who require the labor of any person, then they get the laborers from the labor chowk after bargaining. So these were daily wage laborers and who work as helpers to masons. They dig at construction sites, lift loads or upload and trucks in the market. dig pipelines and telephone cables, and also build roads. There are thousands of such casual workers in the city like this. You can see here in this picture. This is a labor chowk. Daily wage workers wait for the employers. Then we enter the factory area to find it full of small workshops. There seem to be endless rows of them. In one section, we saw people working in a small room on sewing machines where cloth was being stitched. One person operated one sewing machine. Clothes that had been stitched were stacked on one side of the room. We located Nirmala in the stitching unit. Means they found. She was happy to meet my cousin and promised to get Jari work done on my dress. Nirmala works as a tailor in an export garment unit. So here Nirmala works as a tailor where she stitches the different kinds of clothes. The factory where she works makes summer clothes for people in foreign countries like USA, UK, Germany and Netherlands. It means this is the garment factory that provides the supply to the foreign countries, means to the MNCs. Workers like Nirmala have to work very long hours in the months from December to April because of heavy supplies. A normal working day begins 9 a.m. and finishes only by 10 p.m. Sometimes even later. She works for 6 days a week. At times when the work needs to be done urgently, she works on Sundays too. Nirmala is paid rupees 280 per day for 8 hours and rupees 100 extra for working late. By June, the work is over and the factory reduces its staff. Nirmala will also be asked to leave because there is no burden of work. So the workers are removed from the factory. They are relieved from the factory for about 3 or 4 months in the year. There is no work for her. So Nirmala is the example of the worker who is working in unorganized sector. Unorganized sector. So here we have discussed about Nirmala. She is the example of the workers, those who are working in the unorganized sector. Most workers like Nirmala are employed on what is known as casual basis. So they are required to come as and when the employer needs them. They are employed when the employer gets large orders or during certain seasons. At other times of the year, they have to find some other work.